Jawaballs!
Okay, we're recording. Welcome. I thought it was time for this video. I've gotten lots and lots of questions about what to paint, what do you need, how do you do it, and how do you get started. So if you are just entering the 40K hobby, this is for you. So here we go. What do you need to start this hobby? First of all, welcome. It's a fantastic hobby, but let me begin by saying that this is not cheap. You will not save any money doing this. Understand that you need to spend money to get results. And quality does matter. So having said that, let me pause this and come back. I forgot to get one more thing in my prep. I'll be right back. Okay, recording again. Here we are. So, to begin with, let's talk about spray primers, because priming is first. So, there's lots of camps on what spray primers work best. And I am of the opinion that this Army Painter spray paint is about the best. This is my Black Army Painter, and I like this quality the most. However, this is also one of the most expensive spray primers in the market. It's like 14 bucks a can. Some people swear by this. This is from Walmart. It costs 88 cents a can. It's not as high quality as Army Painter. I would never use this on my super high quality models that I try to paint. However, it certainly is good enough as a black primer to get you started with. So right here, save yourself $13 and get yourself a spray color place spray paint. Games Workshop makes their own line of primers, which are also very expensive, almost as much as Army Painter, but not anywhere near as high quality. Sorry GW, I say skip GW cans. They're just not really worth it. And there's another line of sprays out there called Montana Gold. And this stuff is a spray acrylic. It comes in lots of colors. This is a royal red color, and it's very high quality, and I strongly suggest it. However, it's hard to use because sometimes it might fill the details of your model, so be careful if you try this. The beauty of both of these is that they come in a wide range of colors, and they are a spray primer. So you can spray your model with one of these colors, and then you're already halfway done. For example, here's a Terminator that I sprayed with Army Painter Dragon Red. It's not going to zoom because the cans are in there. There we are. Anyway, you get the point. So, buying a colored spray primer will take care of some of the work for you. So there you go. Get yourself a can of white and a can of black to begin with. Once you've gotten that far, you can make decisions about where to go from there. Up next, you got the tools of the trade. This is a pinning drill. It's like a little pen-shaped drill with a replaceable drill bit on the end. You use this thing to drill into the bottom of a model so that you can pin it to the base. Pinning means you put a little pin in there. Usually I just use a paper clip. I cut a piece of paper clip off and stick it in the hole I've created with this, and then I drill into the base. Or if I have an arm that has to go onto the model, I can drill a hole into each side, one here and one here, and pin it together so it holds the models together. This was much more important a few months ago when GW was still making metal models. They would fall apart if you just tried to glue them together. So a pinning drill, an X-Acto blade, invaluable. Get a nice X-Acto blade with plenty of blades. I use a pair of wire cutters to cut paper clips for pinning. And I also use a pair of plastic cutters. Where's my plastic cutters? Army Painter and GW, as well as many other companies, both make plastic cutters, and I cannot find mine. I have 2 pairs sitting around here somewhere, and neither of them are in reach. So plastic cutters, they look like little wire cutters, but they're only meant for cutting plastic. They have a sharp cutting edge. I can't find my plastic cutters. Oh God, that's a mess. Just waiting to happen. So, oh well, no plastic cutters. So anyway, plastic cutters. Oh, here they are. Look, plastic cutters. Yay. So just like pliers, but they have a fine point tip there to help cut plastic off the spruce. Because all of your models are going to come looking like this. And you're going to have to get them off the spruce somehow, right? So plastic cutters work. In fact, they're invaluable for cutting bits off spruce. Paint brushes. I use a wide range of paint brushes when I paint. This is probably the one area where you need to spend money. These are some ruby satin silver brushes I bought from Jerry's Artorama. These I use for doing big jobs, tanks and whatnot. These are my fine detail brushes. This is a Reaper Kolinsky Sable Zero. And this is a Reaper Kolinsky Sable 10-0. 10-0 denotes a smaller tip brush. The bigger the first number, the smaller the brush. I have a 10, a 20, and a 30. The 30 is super small. So the first tip I always give new painters when they're trying to paint their new models is to buy Reaper Kolinsky brushes. You've no doubt gone to the store and bought the GW Fine Detail brush and been totally frustrated with your results because it's a garbage brush. It's the bristles that matter. And the bristles on this brush are made with a Kolinsky Sable hair. Kolinsky Sable is a Russian fox. And yeah, so the bristles do make a big difference when you're trying to paint. So if you've got GW Fine Detail brushes, if that GW salesperson talked you into buying that pack of GW brushes, I'm sorry, chuck them. They're garbage. Reaper Kolinsky Sable. Google it. The War Store sells them. Spiky Bits sells them. You can find them online. So those are my brushes. Kolinsky Sable. Other people will give you other opinions. Most of them, however, will result in a high quality brush. There you go. I used to use the brushes from Michael's Art Supply, the little pink handled ones that cost $1 or $2. But they're terrible. Once the bristles start separating apart, like this, here's the nice pointy bristles, here's the separated ones, they're useless. So let's talk about paint. You're gonna basically need 2 shades of every paint. And I'm gonna go slow on this so you can write this stuff down. Here we go. Green, snot green, and goblin green. Snot green is the darker of the two. It's the one on top. So snot green, goblin green. Red, blood red, and red gore. Blue, I actually have 3 shades of blue. Enchanted, ultramarines, and ice blue. I'll talk about foundation paints in a second. Gray. Codex gray, fortress gray. Codex is obviously the darker, the one on top. Skull white, of course. Why am I only showing you GW paints? Because it's consistent. People when they talk about painting discuss the GW colors. That's the easiest way for you to learn it. Once you've learned how to paint and you've figured out what is working for you, then you can branch out to other companies. But I'm not going to discuss them right now. Start with these. Mithril silver and bolt gunmetal. Mithril is obviously the lighter one. Blazing orange. Snakebite leather, bestial brown. Bestial brown's the darker. Why do you want a lighter and a darker? For highlighting. Say you're painting a bit of red armor, you'll paint it red gore, then you'll use blood red as a highlight. So it always just makes it easier to have a lighter version of a dark color. Elf flesh and bleached bone. You will need bleached bone, absolutely. These are all mandatory colors to have in your collection. Okay, so these are in Chaos Black is the other mandatory color. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting. This will get you started. Foundation colors. Foundation paints are very opaque paints. You can paint right over black with these, and it requires less layers of color because they're opaque, means you can't see through them. So they color strongly. They're a thicker paint for sure, but they do cover nicely. Astronomicon Gray is one of your mandatory choices. Talaran Flesh for painting faces. Mechrite Red. This is an opaque version of Red Gore. I use this every day. Mechrite Red. Iyanden Dark Sun. Mandatory color for painting yellow for sure. Adeptus Battle Gray, the dark gray. Okay, so those are my those are the oh, and Mordian Blue. I don't have my Mordian. Here's my Mordian Blue. Mordian Blue. These all make painting quicker and easier for you. And that's it for paints. Oh, you'll need a yellow. So get a yellow. What's the yellow? Sunburst yellow to paint over your Iyanden Dark Sun. What else do we have? I have varnish. After you've painted your model, you want to protect it, right? Keep the paint from chipping off. So I use Vallejo Satin Varnish. It's not too shiny. It's not too dull. It's a nice medium finish, and you paint it right onto your models. And I also have some GW Hard Coat. It's a glossy varnish. I use this for things that are shiny, like lenses on sights for guns, and eye lenses for my Space Marines. You'll need super glue. This is Gorilla Super Glue. I bought it from Amazon for like $4. I did an article on the blog a while back about different super glues. I've got a whole wide range of them. The bottom line is that they serve different purposes for what you need. Start with this. It's a good general all-purpose glue. What else can I show you? I think that's all. Oh, and I have one last thing prepared for you. White Dwarf is a valuable tool because every once in a while they come with a nice painting article. Here's a painting Blood Angels article. So I learned how to paint from White Dwarf and how to paint Citadel models. How to paint Citadel models. These are great books. They break it down and tell you step by step how to paint different things. So I suggest that you get these books for your library. They're really great, especially for beginners. I still use them when I need a refresher. So how to paint Citadel miniatures and and White Dwarf. White Dwarf recently has become more of a glorified catalog for Games Workshop, but still occasionally you can find a good article about painting. So it's always worth it to take a look in the store. And finally, codexes. I've got probably every codex in the game, and here's the bottom line on your painting. It doesn't matter what color you want to paint your models. The only thing that matters is what codex do you use. If you're playing Space Marines, Space Marine Codex, Blood Angel Codex, Black Templars, Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Grey Knights. It's the rules that you use to build your army, not the color that you paint them. So pick a book. Those are the rules you're going to play, and then paint them whatever you want. You're going to have blue Blood Angels. You're going to have Ultramarines that are pink, or Black Templars that are whatever color you want. So it doesn't matter how you paint them. All that matters is what book you use to build your army. Okay, I think that's it. I hope that was a good source of information for you. And I will try and get this uploaded right now. We're booking in at, wow, 15 minutes. Okay, enjoy. More to come.